Hey ladies and gentlemen, so this is once again the video of the PowerPoint that I went through in class the other day. Alright, so first of all let's talk about the basic structure of your body paragraph. You need to start with your point or your topic sentence. You need to tell us where your example is going to come from. Is there a particular scene that's happening, that kind of thing. Give a little bit of context to the evidence you're about to bring. Your evidence is the quote that is happening. Then you need to expand on that quote and tell us the technique that is used, but more importantly, how the technique used by the composer adds meaning, basically makes your point, how that technique makes the point. And then you need to link. You're linking either to back to the question or to the next paragraph. Alrighty. So the point or the topic sentence introduces your idea and also links your idea to the question, because you're showing the marker at all times that you're answering the specific question and not just having a pre-prepared essay. So relating back to the question we had for the last PowerPoint, the film Rabbit Proof Fence is an eye-opening revealing of the treatment of Indigenous families by the Australian government in the early 20th century. Probably have revelation there, but hey, let's move on. So I've used eye-opening from the question. I've told what the film is, and I've said that I'm going to be talking about the treatment of Indigenous families by the Australian government. All right, so that is, what is the writer trying to show us? Okay, so the example of what's going on, or giving that bit of context, the impact on families of the policy of assimilation is highlighted in the scene where the girls are taken by the policeman from their mother. All right, brilliant. Our quote or evidence, the horror of the separation is magnified by the powerlessness of the women as they ineffectually slap the car's strong metal and windows. Okay, so because it's a film, we're not actually using a quote. What we're actually doing is we're using the actors and their gestures and their actions, which is them slapping on the car's metal and the windows. So let's see how that gives meaning. All right, so how does the evidence from the text show this? Okay, so the technique, and explain how it adds meaning. The window acts as a barrier between Molly and her mother. All right, so the technique here is it's symbolizing their separation from each other. And then we're using more evidence. The quick cuts in the scene add to the sense of the violence of the separation. All right, so we've used a film technique there, all right, to show that we're studying film and we understand why we're doing that. Now, as I said in class, there is nothing better for an essay than to actually give more evidence than you need. All right, so my second example, the despair of the situation is also revealed when the grandmother is left sitting in the dust, hitting herself with a rock. So once again, we're setting that context of the scene, and we're saying what's happening. Now, with this evidence, we need to explain it. Okay, so we have the mid-level shot, okay, which is the technique used, and the repetition of the blows. So once again, repetition and the mid-level shot. So we've actually got two techniques there. Also indicate the pain of the separation. So that is why the composer used the mid-level shot and the repetition to indicate the pain of the separation. So that's the analysis of the use of the techniques. Okay, so why is the writer showing us this now? And then we're linking back. So we're linking back actually to the start of the paragraph and to the question itself. This represents the destruction caused to Indigenous families by the policy of assimilation in the early 20th century by the Australian government. All right, and when you put that all together, okay, in the yellow we have the topic sentence, in the white we have the explanation, in the blue we have the evidence and the technique, and in the green we have the linking. So that's in a nutshell how to write a body paragraph, and that's what we'll be doing for most of this week.